improvised cinematic narrative with live production, including music and dialogue. There is no script. This story contains violence, disturbing imagery, adult themes, and a darkness which may leave you doubting who you are. Proceed at your own risk.
Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Ache, ache, ache for me, babe. Shout from the depths that you want me to stay. Fight for me, fight for me, fight. I want you to fight for me. I want you to fight for me. Shake me away, rip me from slumber and fight for me. I want you to fight for me, for me, babe. They say stand up for the things you can't stand to lose. Despite what my heart can't feel.
Previously on Deathless, Stalker recovered from his wounds in Cora's apartment. Gunnar and Cora, after having nightmares, spoke briefly before finding out information about Gunnar's very special tongue. He then left into the night, where he sat amongst the chaos of a riot he seemed to incite. Fen and Cora had a little bit of a confrontation. All the while, myself, Esteban, and Constantine, we went out into the city to meet people, to relax, to unwind, to see what kind of information we can find out. And eventually, he led us to the Hex and Hound, a place where I have seen there was some sort of web, clearly looking to ensnare people, and perhaps I have made a grave mistake as we have wandered in, and immediately we have been rendered nearly powerless by the woman behind the bar, who now holds one of each of our hands.
This is a good place to start. Let's roll. That was excellent, Esteban. Thank you.
Well, you know, I was there last week, so
Makes it easy.
yes. Oh, yes. Remembering things is so easy. What are we rolling?
What are we rolling?
You are rolling mind, I think. Whatever your magic stat is, actually.
Any difficulty?
30.
Oh,
Should be lower than that, but I'll give you 30. That makes sense. Nice and safe number we've been using, right?
Oopsie.
oh.
I have a partial success of 36.
I have an otherworldly success of 27.
Okay.
27.
You have full control over what you share with her right now in this moment. But she is going to dig her thumbnails into your palms and draw blood, and then wipe her thumb along your palm, take the blood up to her lips. She'll put both of her thumbs in her mouth and she'll suck the blood out, and then you're going to tell me what memory that she sees.
And we have control over the memory, yeah.
Yep, you both passed. Well,
And there is no...
Esteban.
I'm partial, so please direct me in some way.
I think the way
What
that
type of memory?
I would allow, well, she is trying to, so we established this, right? That she lied to you about,
Yes,
if
I
she knew
asked
what
if she
you were.
knew what we were.
Yeah, and
yes.
she didn't, and then she took your palms, and now she's trying to figure out what exactly you are. She was intrigued by the fact that you said no one else is feels comfortable saying what you are out loud. So I was going to, if you had failed the roll, how about this? I'll tell you what happens if you'd failed the roll. You'd be showing her the moment you died. So now that you've succeeded, you can change what it is that she sees. That's kind of what she was looking for. She's trying to figure out, she can sense that you're old, that you're, powerful, which is usually the same thing. But I think the way that I would interpret it as a partial failure or a partial success is that you might show something that you maybe wouldn't want to.
Right.
Because it was only partial. Yeah. And that could be not necessarily about the identity, but just that it was an uncomfortable moment.
But she's looking to something to show what we are.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think she knows
she doesn't know what
exactly
to look for.
Yeah. So she's going for, I'm going to see if I'm looking for the moment you died because you're very old and I can feel that at least. So.
And we don't know that's what she's doing, right? She's just doing something to our hands.
And we're pretty,
she said that she knew what we were.
Also, I'm pretty dumbstruck still because I rolled a 99 walking in.
Yeah,
but
you did.
At some point, she released Constantine.
She did. I did drop it
she
off
released
Constantine.
Me.
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Do I get the sense that she has the intention to harm? Can I roll to see if I get a vibe that she has intention to harm?
You can absolutely roll for this vibe. Yes, absolutely. This will be whatever I believe for you, it's your charisma, right? So
yeah.
You're going to be rolling your soul stat. Yep. Go ahead and roll your soul stat. This one is 30 as well.
Okay. Failure. Okay. How bad is that?
So what were
65.
you were trying to determine her intention toward you? Or
I want to know if she wants to harm me.
You.
If she's if this is like because I'm very intrigued by her.
Yeah.
But I want to know if there's if I need to be smarter and think that she's trying to harm me. I mean, she's cutting my hand open right now.
Yeah. Here's the weirdest way. I'm going to give you the meta info and then you can digest how your character would interpret this because it is a failed roll. But again, failure doesn't always mean that you don't succeed at the thing. It could just mean that the information that you glean is not helpful to you in the situation, but it still could be the truth because that's way more fun for me anyway as a GM. Yeah. So she absolutely would love to hurt you. But I don't know if that's what she's doing right now in this second, but you definitely need to be smarter. But there's no hiding that. She would enjoy every second of that. And I think you can get that if you'd like.
I give her a memory of... I give her a very violent and pornographic memory.
Okay.
Of a sexual encounter that I had where I fed off of a willing participant, but it was particularly gruesome and the person was into it. And it's bloody and horrifying, but they're into it, I'm into it. But along with that touch is the memory of how much power I felt at that time.
Okay.
How strong I was in the scene.
Yeah, okay. So she is going to glean your fangs and everything. This is very clearly she's going to glean the vampiric nature of this act, correct? Just so that I'm clear. Because you did succeed. You could hide this from her if you wanted to. Okay.
This is not a man who hides.
I'm very sorry.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Esteban.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
fine.
she was probably going to get it from me anyway, so.
Yeah. So,
okay.
For me, it's if she's going to get this information, I might as well do it with style.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Okay. Okay. Then before I describe what happens, because she's getting these simultaneously, Esteban, what do you share?
I think I share. There's a moment where I am on a it's like a stone wall, not like a low one, like a low wall, like it's, it would be around a park or something like that, or someone's property. It's a stone wall, and there's someone. I was laying down, and now I'm sitting up, and there's a woman sitting next to me. This is blonde hair, long hair, an attractive woman. I look very disheveled. I'm wearing, stuff that looks like I was at a very fancy party, maybe the night before, but it's or maybe 3 nights before, but it's open and it's dirty, and it was like I had just been sleeping there, and I look very confused. I look very distraught and worried. And this woman is rolling back down her sleeve, which has, I guess she would see clearly, like holes in it that had maybe a little bit of blood on it still. And she's rolling it back down. And she stands up. I have basically leaning forward, and I have blood on my chin. And she starts to walk away, and I yelled to her in Spanish, "Wait." And she turns around and she says back to me in Spanish, "Good luck." "Oh no, sorry." Oh shit. She says something very specific to me. But I have some control, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Partial, yeah.
She says something to me. It sounds like good luck, but it clearly her mouth was saying something different.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that.
That's
Okay.
But she would feel this confusion, and then as this person's walking away, I'm feeling very weak, and it's this desperation that I don't want them to leave because I don't know what's going on, but they do.
Okay. As she takes her thumbs out of her mouth, I think we see temporary fangs, and she's going to exhibit some, because her eyes are still white. She's going to exhibit some behaviors from both of you from these memories in quick succession. So maybe the hissing that you did as you were feeding Constantine, and I think maybe very, very faintly she says wait, or whatever it was that you just said. I think you said wait, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, yeah. She'll say very faintly wait. So if you weren't acutely aware before that this has happened and what memory she has seen, she has now. You do now, because she's recreating some of that, or like mirroring that as it's happening. And then then the fangs obviously retract into normal teeth. She's not, and at this point, if you didn't know before, she doesn't have fangs like either of you. And her eyes return to normal, a bright blue, and I think she looks at you with a excited hunger now. You are very, very, very powerful beings, and she knows it. And I think it's, I don't think she's seen anything like this walk into the bar in a long time.
And I'm still 99 out here, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think she certainly won't purposely drop it on you now. And maybe there is some mild excitement as she realizes she's dropped it off Constantine.
Does she say anything right away?
I think she very under her breath will say deathless. She absolutely will. But then she looks at you puzzled after she's kind of digested what just happened. Why are you here? If not from the mages. Someone put you here, you said? How do you know?
Because we do not know how we got here. We did not know each other beforehand, and now we have woken up in the same place.
Where did you wake up?
There is a crypt in the graveyard, but it no longer exists, so we cannot find it.
Which graveyard?
I'm looking at Esteban. I'm looking at Esteban now,
Yeah,
and I'm
he's
like,
just fucking
what is
spilling.
going
I do not know this
on?
place.
Yeah.
I can take you there if you like.
She will inhale as she considers this offer.
I do not wish to go back there. I wish to see this place.
Interesting.
I have a question for you. Why are you so interested? We have much more to offer than where we woke up.
I'm curious as to how you got here without my detection.
Oh,
I'm curious who put you here. If not mages, then...
can you detect
Someone else.
much?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh! This is so fun. Okay, roll for me. Roll for me. Holy shit. God. I'm sorry, but it's fun to play around in her brain sometimes. Go ahead and roll your social stat, your magic stat again.
Yeah. Difficulty?
Detect this.
I was going to make it easier for you because she wants you to do it, but also she wants to see if you can do it. So 30, I'm sorry, 30. I had to work myself through that for a second.
Alas, 51.
She holds out her palm for you.
I take it
Mm-hmm.
gently in my hand, and I look up at her, and I bare my teeth, and I show my fangs. I extend them out, because I think in this universe, we all agreed that we can make them inny-outy.
Yep.
So I pull her hand close to me, and I'm looking up at her, and my teeth slide out of place, and I make to bite her hand, but instead I lick a stripe up her palm and then let her go.
Okay. And that's where we're going to switch scenes for a minute. Dude. It's only because you shared what you shared, too. I don't think she would have done that otherwise, had you not been so egregiously violent in your memory. Okay. Now, I kind of want to switch to Gunnar. Gunnar, where are you? What are you doing? Are you still at the cafe watching all this craziness happen? Or have you gone somewhere else?
I think I've left there after this fight, just utter chaotic fight, it probably fizzles out at some point, and I'm probably just walking away from the cafe with the fight in the background, what's left of it, people really giving it their all. But I think, I'm leaving, and I think I would probably... Am I feeling hungry? at all.
For blood? Like you're used to feeling hungry? Or something
Yeah.
else? Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I feel like that thought might cross my head. Like, am I?
Am I? Okay, so you're checking in with yourself to be like, I should be hungry about now. No, you're not.
Okay, so if I'm not feeling hungry, I think I would try to start making my way back to Cora's.
Okay. I will have you roll. Whatever, I guess for you, this would be body. Difficulty 40. Okay. Why do you let whatever is following you continue to follow you? I can't imagine there's a world in which you're not aware of its presence, but you let it follow you. Why?
I think if I can recognize something's following me, then I would view it as like a potential lead. You know, if something's following me, then they might know something. So maybe I'm trying to lead it somewhere.
Like lure it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Somewhere around, because you went to a nearby cafe on the main strip, and now you're walking back to Cora's. I think that they're somewhere around the cemetery-ish. You know that they're no longer following you, or they've stayed back potentially. But you can, even though that says 79, you can recognize this presence again so if anytime you want to say, do I feel this thing, you can, and we'll roll for it. But you do have a chance to recognize this thing again. When you get to Cora's, so we have to do something funny because we're down 2 players today. We're down Fen and Cora. But Stalker is still here. So I'm not going to speak for where Cora and Fen might be, but for now, we're going to say they're still having a conversation because I think they were talking to each other previously. So we're going to say that that's what's happening right now, and that's why you can't encounter them at the moment. One more roll for me, which is your mind when you get to Cora's.
Okay, so I think I would arrive at Cora's and maybe wait by the downstairs, like on the street level, just maybe lean up against one of the walls and roll my mind.
Okay. Difficulty is going to be 40.
89.
God damn, dude. Okay. We got to get you to eat a heart or something. Okay. So yeah, it looks like the same old apartment. Yeah. It looks like the same old apartment.
Okay.
You can head in. What do you do?
I think I would be there to check on the others and just to, I went out, kind of blew off some steam, I guess you could say, and then I'm coming back. I did want to ask, what time is it though? Because that would be,
I think I wrote this down last time because we decided it wasn't that late, right? And then you guys went out on your bar trip. So I actually think it's probably around 2 or 3 in the morning now.
Okay.
Yeah. That would make sense to me, right? How long do you think you guys were gone for, Constantine and Esteban?
We've gone to 2 bars.
That's a good question.
One of them was pretty quick. We walked around a bit, so...
Yeah. Maybe it's more like midnight,
maybe
actually.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
an
it
hour
was
and a half
11.
at least.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll say it's about just after midnight. The clock strikes 12 as he walks through the goddamn door.
And I think I would just kind of be opening it very slowly. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm cautious and kind of just look around when I poke my head in through the apartment and just slowly close it with both hands till it locks in again.
So you definitely feel the presence of Cora and Fen in another room somewhere, or you hear them or whatever with the extreme, amazing revenant senses. And you also hear Stalker shuffling maybe slightly in the other room, in the kitchen still, right? That's where you were, Stalker, with your propped up a little bit on the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Think I would, if Stalker is awake, if I could see that he's awake, I would go to him. So make my way to wherever he is in the apartment.
I think he previously said, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stalker, but I think you'd said that you're kind of like awake, but your eyes are closed, right? You're still aware of everything that's happening around you?
No,
or were you sleeping?
I was
okay.
fully asleep.
Oh, fantastic.
I've been fully asleep for that entire session.
Okay.
Last week.
All right, fantastic. Do you want to stay asleep? There's no wrong answer here, by the way. You can stay asleep for the whole session if you want. Mm-hmm.
I would like to state to my other players, I'm so sorry, but I think I would sleep. I think he would sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Unless something woke him up, like a big bang or like somebody.
I'm going to have you roll for it right now. Yeah, I was going to say your spidey senses might go off because you have this big fucking scary ass thing in the room with you. So we'll have you roll. Whatever your awareness would be. So you can choose to either do like a physical presence roll, like actually your physical senses, you can smell, you can hear, whatever, or you can do a magic roll, as in you can sense this crazy magical being standing next to you while you are vulnerable. Your choice.
This is a tough call. I think Stalker probably uses... I think he's used to using his physical senses, even though in this world it would be... He hasn't learned yet how to use his mind in that way, I don't think.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
What is the difficulty?
We're going to go with 40. What's your level of Oblivion and Burn right now?
I have no Oblivion. I have 2 levels of Burn.
Okay. Yep. So don't forget to add that shift.
Oh, did you?
So
well, I mean, I would have failed either way. But.
Okay. All right. So you rolled an 86. So you are completely oblivious to Gunnar's presence standing in the kitchen over you. He looks pretty fucked up, Gunnar. And so he's, if you, because I don't know, and again, step in if you think he wouldn't do this, but I guess I kind of just imagine him standing in there expecting him to go, okay, here's another warrior who's going to sense my presence. And you kind of like wait for a second. Maybe you even shift your weight to give him the cue of like, I'm here and whatever, or maybe you're just seeing how fucked up he is, but he is in a deep sleep and oblivious to your presence.
Hey. You there?
You can roll again. I'm not going to let you willingly wake up because you said you'd be sleeping. So you can roll again to see if this disturbs you or not. Sorry to be an ass, but you said it, not me. So 40 again.
And do I need to put in?
No.
No.
I got it. My brain's got it. Until we get the sheets working the way I want them to. 84! He's basically dead. He's not moving. He does not.
Stalker! Can you hear me?
Are you closer? Are you touching? Are you just...
I'm
standing at the same distance.
Just standing there. Just kind of...
I would absolutely love Gunnar and Stalker. Like, they're the guys in the party that are standing with their coats on against the wall.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
There's no one around. Do you want to see my ball?
no, that was pre-call.
No.
That was pre-call. You're not supposed to bring that up live.
It made too much sense.
He couldn't help himself.
I couldn't help it. It was too perfect.
Exposing
No
our
context.
pre-call.
No context. No context. Let's continue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize
Gunnar,
for being funny ever. Holy shit. Okay.
Gunnar
Moving right
grabs
along,
some whipped
moving right
cream
along.
from the fridge. Gunnar grabs some whipped cream from the fridge and puts it on Stalker's hand and tickles his nose with a feather. No, okay,
Really
so-
thought that was going like a totally different
Yeah.
direction just now, Sam.
You were waiting for him to say puts one foot up on the counter.
grabs a jar of peanut butter.
Everyone,
Oh my god! Why is there so much food?
let's get serious here. I'm trying
Grabs
to
a tub of Jell-O.
trying to role play.
Okay.
Seriously though.
Okay, yeah.
Stalker reaches down and takes his top off and flashes Gunnar.
Fuck.
Okay, so I'll sort of kneel over now and like get a little closer to you. Oh. You're not looking too good.
This is
Stalker.
this is where I would argue that he would probably wake up.
I know, but I'm gonna be a total dick and make you roll for it again because I
Really?
I agree with you. I agree with you, but let's just roll because I'm curious to see what Gunnar would do if you're helpless here.
Okay.
You know, I've got a bunch of fucking monsters in a room together, and I want to see what they do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We can make the difficulty 50-50 if you want, but
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
79.
The dice don't lie. That's the other thing too. You rolled an 86 and an 84, so my brain was like, "Man, you're fucking out of it." I also have another plan for you, so I think you're not here at the moment. Okay, he doesn't
I
seem to
start
wake up.
to reach my hand out slowly.
With the intention of touching him, I assume.
Gets a little closer to his collar of his cloak. And I want to grab his cloak.
Okay, now we need the roll. Stalker, I need you to roll me a 1d6.
Okay. Uh, 3.
Okay. You are not in the apartment right now. You are, I assume you believe you are dreaming. The world around you is wet, damp, mildew, almost like there's no fresh air that moves around here. Everything feels stale and uncomfortable. And you've been here for a while. The landscape is mostly empty. What do you do? Do you walk around? Do you stay in place? Do you...
I'm so sorry. My audio actually cut out for just a bit of that description.
Yeah, sure.
I got that it's wet and damp and it's mostly empty.
Yeah, that works. Mostly
Okay.
empty. So I was asking, what would you do? Would you stay here or would you walk around in this dream?
So, what kind of a place is it? What do I see?
It's a mostly empty landscape. Maybe maybe you see like dirt and earth and rock, but the rock is weirdly dry looking, even though the world around you feels like a dampness, and things smell slightly off here as well. Like again, that mildew and that staleness. Like I think if you were to lick your lips or try to swallow, you can't get that taste of that rot out. Damper.
You said I knew I was dreaming. Is that right?
No, I said I think you would assume you were dreaming.
Yeah,
is what I
would
said.
assume I'm dreaming. Yeah. And I would be very curious. Usually, I can find whose dream it is.
And how do you normally do that?
I can pull on things and find where they came from, in a way, in a sense. And it always goes back to who created this place with their mind.
Always comes back around. Okay, what does this feel like when you pull on these things? Is it like, what is it like?
It is like finding two jigsaw pieces that fit together perfectly. It's satisfying. But the process can be jarring.
Jarring
the result. It can be visceral. It can hurt.
Okay. Okay. And is this I'm assuming this is a physical thing that you do, because the way that you described yourself just now, and that you're used to using your body rather than your mind. So I'm imagining that you actually might trace what looks like a jigsaw piece in the air around you or on rocks and things to try to find your edge of your puzzle piece. Is it a physical, tactile thing that you do? Because in PBU, you need like 3 things at least to kind of like do your ritual or your magic. And people don't realize that what they're doing sometimes is part of the magic, but physical, drawing or doing tactile touch is one that you could use here if you wanted to.
This, when I said physical in this world, I meant his senses, my senses of when someone is there is still physical, even though my mind would probably work better. But in the dream world, it is my magic.
Okay. So how are
However,
I was going to say, how do you amplify your magic then?
When I'm in the dream, sometimes objects call out to me, and I can pick them out, and they look the same. They feel like they could fit somewhere else.
Okay. So it's a feeling that you're getting that something in this puzzle piece is wrong, or like, oh, this piece connects to this piece. You don't know how it is that you're able to determine this. Okay.
If I could give an example.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If I was standing at an office desk, and I
definitely thought you were going to go back to the previous joke and say, like, if I was in this dream, bro, I was 100% ready for you to go there.
My
anyway,
balls
continue.
were out in front of the other vampires, and they flashed me. I could have done that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
That would have been very me, but no. If I were standing in an office and I saw, let's say, a small globe on the desk, perhaps this globe reaches out to me, and I take it in my hand, and the dream shifts, and it is visceral.
Okay.
But when I place the globe back where it is supposed to go, it is in the hands of the person who imagined it, receiving it as a gift from someone else.
Okay. It's that horrifying Reddit lamp story, isn't it? Where you focus on the fucking lamp and you're like, that's wrong. And yeah, that's so cool. That is so cool, but also horrifying.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God, it's this whole thing.
Oh my God.
That makes me want to say yes.
Yeah, okay, it's this whole thing where someone had a dream and they dreamed an entire life, but they kept looking at this lamp in the living room and it was wrong and they knew not to keep looking at it, but they kept looking at it anyway, and then they woke up and realized that their whole family was dead and that they were just dreaming. They had been in an accident or something crazy. It was, yeah, it's horrifying. But it's that. You have that ability. But you do it in somebody else's. So, and to me, it's almost like, if you're okay with this, but I think, you guys are vampires. You're scary, bad, not maybe not bad, but you're scary, very powerful things. So I kind of really like the idea that you could walk into somebody's dream and you could be like, look at the lamp, until they wake up, right? Until they realize they're dreaming, and then you speak to them. They don't necessarily wake up from this space. You keep them there, but you're able to give them the lamp in their hands until they, viscerally, I'm like, I'm fucking dreaming. And then you go, let's have a chat now. Which is horrifying.
I really don't want to make my dream walking god tier powerful, but I do imagine that the potential for how you could control a person's mind through a dream would be very strong. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll find a way to limit that, but yeah, the possibilities
that's
are
not how I GM. Somebody wrote me out of a fucking show once, and I went, oh, okay, yeah, cool, that's fun. I'm cool with that. We'll figure it out. But the thing is like, there's always a chance that someone can fight you, or there's always a chance that you can pick the wrong mind and trap yourself forever. Like, there's always a risk. So don't worry about it. Yeah, it's an OP power, but with great power comes great risk and great cost. So I'm fine with that. For now, I don't know if you can necessarily know that you can do all of these things in PBU because you just got here. And your power does operate differently here than it does in VTM, in the world that you're from. So that said, I think when you're looking around this space to see where these puzzle pieces are, you don't see any. There isn't anything that stands out to you as a lamp, where you go, okay, that's going to wake whoever this is up. That's going to show me whoever this is. You don't see any of that. However, you will hear, and be unable to do anything about it. You will hear Gunnar speaking to you.
And I'm grabbing his collar. Hey, wake up. Wake up.
You hear him, but you are unable to do anything about it at the moment. Or at least you heard all of his, like, are you here? You don't look well. All of that just happened. You could hear it. You're in this space. You're aware it's Gunnar's voice, but there wasn't anything that you could do. Now he is shaking you, so we'll have you roll again to get out of here.
Sorry, have I been in this place? And I know time is timey-wimey.
Oh, waiting. I thought you were going to say fucky, but that's cool. Time is fucky.
Well, I don't know where that would be from.
No, not a clue.
I was going to say timey-wimey,
Nocturne.
wacky-wacky. But,
Mm-hmm.
would I... I'm trying to... How long have I...
The entire last episode.
For the whole 2 hours.
Yep.
I've been in this place
been
and
here,
haven't been able to figure anything out.
That's right.
So,
I don't know if it's felt like 2 hours to you.
Right,
know?
that's...
Like, we can play with that. It can feel like you've only been here for a few minutes if you want.
Well, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if I would want to heed his words or if I would be more interested about where I am.
You want to roll for it? We can roll a 1d20 and see how many hours it's felt like for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's do that then.
It's felt like 13 hours. Okay, I think if we were in there for... vampires are patient. We are...
Yes, absolutely. Anything that lives that long.
But I think it would be jarring to hear something after 13 hours of damp nothingness. So, I would argue that it would be... I would want to...
Yeah.
Go for this voice. So what am I rolling?
You're rolling the same thing again. We're going to do 50-50 until something happens to turn the odds in your favor.
A 19.
19. Okay. Yep. His shaking of your collar. Why don't you go ahead and describe what happens as you exit this space? It will be very similar to how you normally exit a dream.
Yes. It's not very dissimilar from going to another layer, oddly enough. But with dreams, there is at the end a strange, almost euphoria, tingling of the body when you realize that you are attached to it again.
Oh, like your foot falling asleep and then waking up?
Something like that.
Ew,
yes.
Okay.
But I think it feels kind of good. I don't think it's...
Maybe to you. Since this is like where you get your power, right? I can't imagine it would feel good to anyone else you do this to. Okay. Take it away, you two.
You have to wake up. So tug on your cloak a little more.
My eyes... Actually, no, I think my hands flex. And I don't know how injured I am now. Am I still the same? Has anything improved?
I'm so sorry to do this to you. I'm going to have you roll again. I can explain why if you'd like.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Unless you think I need to know.
I don't think you would want to know. Because I think purposely you will go out of your way to, like, you repeated back to me, I know this is a dream, right? Even though that's not at all what I said, but you want your character to go, this is a dream. So therefore, I learned from that moment that you would maybe want me to withhold some of that info so that you can just operate the way your character would operate.
I think what you should have learned from that moment is I'm dyslexic and I switch words around in my head sometimes.
Okay. That's fine too. I thought maybe it was purposefully, I don't know, some sort of, just the way that you were kind of reforming things in your head to stay in character. That's fine too.
No.
Then I will tell you. To heal, you would need to actually be sleeping and not using an ability. And though you think you were dreaming, you were not.
Okay.
So so I'm going to have you roll for it. So is that otherworldly success?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought...
What?
Just so we're on the same page. When you said that, I thought that you meant I think that I'm using my ability. That's what I would have assumed.
What do you mean?
Somehow I'm in someone else's dream.
That's what you think, yeah.
Not that I'm sleeping.
Well, you
and
think...
like in my dream.
You're not in a dream. You're not in a dream. But Stalker would assume that you were in a dream and that you were using your ability. But that's not where you were just now.
Right.
So that's why I'm not letting you heal, because you were not resting. You were somewhere else. If that makes sense. Yeah. So, but is this otherworldly success, this 19, the one I just asked you to roll just now?
To wake up.
Oh, that was to wake up. Okay. Roll me one more, and it's going to be your body. And the only reason I'm doing this is because it felt for you were gone for 12 hours. So it's possible you recovered some stuff. So we're going to roll for it.
And what is the difficulty?
50-50, just for funsies.
A 10.
10 otherworldly success. Okay, roll me a 1d6.
4.
Okay, you can recover 4 health. Your burn is going to stay the same. You're staying at 2 burn. You're recovering 4 health. But this is really important. This happens instantaneously as you exit this space.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, my injuries, I have still probably a very tender wound on my upper chest. And then I think one of my arms is still broken.
Yes.
And I want to say it's it was at 2, and then Constantine gave me 2, so it was at 4. So my health
and now
is
you're going to be at
doubled
8.
to
Yes.
8.
And you've got 10 total. So this is good. So just to give you an idea, like you're going to be feeling physically pretty good. You're going to have that that physical exhaustion of the burn, but physically you're going to heal quite a lot. Here you're going to heal 4 in rapid succession as he's grabbing you. Now my question for you is, and I'm trying to think of how to word this in a way that keeps the mystery for you a little bit, but this isn't how you normally heal, right? Because when I imagine vampire,
this is going to be crazy for me.
Yeah, when I think when vampires or anything like heal you guys, we've talked about like it's slow, there's no real pain associated with it. But I do think there is pain related to this. It might feel good to you based on the way that you described, the numbness of your feet and things coming back to, that idea as you exit. But I do think it's more like, it's more like time was stopped for you, but it was ticking up a counter all that time. And then you're going to experience it as you exit this space. Yeah,
I get it. It's like the guy who picked up the wrong Holy Grail, but the opposite.
Yeah, sort of.
Instead of my face melting, my arm's going to...
Yep.
So he's grabbing my collar, and I think my eyes actually shoot open in that case. And with my good arm, I grab his wrist, and my eyes go wide, and I lift my broken arm up, and it's... Clearly, you can see the bone. It's in terrible shape, and and I'm looking into his eyes as my arm knits itself back together, and my chest knits itself back together, and I just eyes wide. What are you doing to me?
I think I would use my strength now to hold him down, because I don't know if he's coming to attack me or whatever, so I'm now forcibly kind of keeping him down.
Okay. You don't have to roll for this, because I think that you are waking up from dream state, for lack of a better description, and you're healing, and I don't think you have the wherewithal at the moment to try to resist him. If you'd like to argue that we can do that, but I don't think he needs to roll for this. What do you think, Stalker?
Well, I think I'm on the ground already, so he can hold me
Just
against
like
the wall.
keeping you
But
there,
that's going
just like-
to.
Yep. Okay.
My reaction to that, though, I think, like I'm holding his arm. He's pinning me down. And I think it would only be natural for me to like reach down and show him my balls.
I saw it in your face, you bitch. You were like, here, I'm going for it.
What great balls you have, Stalker.
You like the look of these? Is this what you want?
For fuck's sake.
He's just commando under that cloak. Just completely commando. He's wearing like a t-shirt, but just nothing under.
He's just Donald ducking it all the time.
I've been using obfuscate so people think I'm wearing pants my whole life. It's breezy today. You guys have been noticing? Like, he does say it's breezy a lot. That's weird. He's always saying it's breezy. Why is
That's
he
how
always
he
saying
knows
it's
what
breezy?
direction the wind is all the time.
Gives him a +1 to tracking.
I can't be wearing pants.
He's
I have
never
to
once
sense the-
adjusted. He's never once adjusted,
Never
guys.
had to.
There's no
Never
entanglement to
never
pants.
once. Yeah. No BSL.
Stalker shrinkage.
Fucking hell.
When I'm holding him at all during that, okay, hold on. It's on a serious note. I'm not
Sorry,
trolling.
no, you're good.
When you're holding him tight and close.
I flash him.
Before he even woke up, am I feeling anything from contact with him?
Oh, that is such a great question. Go ahead and roll me. You can do body if you want.
Okay. 40?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, you said body?
Yes, please.
26.
Of all the times for you to fucking roll this, when you've been, like, all of your rolls lately have just been fucking awful. This one is so good, bro. Okay, I don't know how you know this, but you've rolled for it and you get it. So I'm going to leave it up to you to figure out how this interpretation happens. Maybe because Gunnar's magic comes from his body, I feel like it has to be something related to that. Maybe you actually feel like you are, for a second, ripping him out of somewhere else, but there is not a doubt in your mind he wasn't dreaming. He was somewhere else just now. And you can smell mildew on him.
Would he?
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, like, would he feel like it feels when I don't actually know if this applies because I don't actually know what's going on, but would it feel like it is when I'm pulling someone around in a dream? No. Okay.
Nope.
So now my other hand grabs your cloak as well. And instead of pushing you down, I pull you close to me. It's okay. I got you. You're okay. And I pull you to my chest. And I want to say I wrap an arm around you now. You're okay. It's just me.
This is so strange for me.
Yeah.
This is the most of all of the incredibly strange things that have happened.
Mm-hmm.
in Stalker's entire existence as a vampire, as Deathless, this is probably the weirdest.
Yeah. Forget fucking layer travel or anything like that. Getting a hug, bro. What? What?
So
I will say before you continue, because I just looked to see what your previous roll was, and it was a 10 otherworldly success, and his was an otherworldly success too. So in the future, when you're attempting, I know you don't really know what's going on yet, but in the future, when you attempt something like this, you will be able to use Gunnar as a grounding pole. So interpret that however you wish, but you only got out of there because of him. I think you know that. And I think you probably realize you were trapped wherever it was that you were. And continue. Take it away.
In that moment of shock, when all of this is happening to my body and it's knitting itself back together painfully, but feels similar and euphoric like it might when I normally come back to my body, but it was a shock, and then to be embraced by this strange giant leaves my posture goes from rigid and aggressive to just rigid and still. I think I straighten my back and I will say, do you know where I was?
No. But you're here. With me now.
I have to ask a question to our lovely narrator.
I like the way you say narrator. Sorry, continue.
I went British for a moment, I think. Maybe. Has this ever happened to me before?
What, getting a hug?
I know the answer to that question.
Sorry, I'm just teasing.
I meant
which?
being trapped in what I think is someone's dream.
Ooh, that's super interesting question. And we can roll for it if you'd like. Because I think the possibility has always been there, yeah, for you to get into a mind that is, considering what the nature of your work and what you do and the type of people that you kind of hunt down, I would assume that there has probably the chance for you to run into somebody who is expecting you and, might have some vampiric ability to fuck with you back is fairly high. So we can roll for it if you'd like.
Yes, but I guess what I'm asking is, without my intention, do I end up in other people's dreams? Because I did not intend to do this.
No, that has never happened before. Unless your clan will pull you. Does your clan do that to you? I
don't think so. Once you get to a certain place within my clan, there is no more testing. It is very methodical. It is very rigid with how we work. So something like that, I don't think so.
Yeah, then you have no idea this has never happened to you before then, for sure. Just going to sleep and randomly ending up in somebody's dream that you didn't purposely go. Because I imagine you have to have, and we talked about this in a previous session, right? Where you have to have some intention. You kind of like sit down, you like prepare to do the thing. None of that happened this time. You were just somewhere else and you were trapped there. And you're lucky that somebody tried to wake you up.
Then my next words would be, I think whoever brought us here just sent me a very clear message.
I think I would loosen the grip of the perceived hug, and then back to your cloak around your collar. They're slowly lowering you back to the wall. Well, what did it say?
They said, we are in their power completely and undeniably, and there is no escape.
Perfect time to switch scenes. Back at the Hex and Hound.
Yeah, mine shuts.
Yeah, she extended a hand. You licked it and then let it go.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she holds her hand out for a moment. I think maybe she tilts her head a little bit at you. Like, interesting. I gave you this opportunity and you are like, nah, I think she's interpreting it as you're saying that's too easy. That's not as fun. So she'll then take her hand away. However,
I stick my hand out.
Wait, what?
I
to
stick my hand out.
Constantine or to her?
No, to her.
Interesting.
Again?
Okay. Yeah, she will absolutely kind of take your hand very gently. She's making eye contact with you the entire time, waiting to see what you do because you know what's coming, right? Do you do anything?
No, I'm going to bring her mouth up to take blood from her.
Wait.
I'm taking her hand.
Oh, you want to take her hand. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see. I thought you were offering your hand to her.
No, I'm putting it out like that. Or either, whatever it is.
Roll for me.
Okay.
What
am I
your
rolling?
Soul, I think, which is
Okay.
also your stat too, right? Or is yours mind?
No,
at
it's
the moment?
mind.
Okay. Roll me mind then.
I'm assuming this is like 30 or lower.
Yep.
30? That is it. Oh, that's a 35.
So close. 35.
Mm-hmm.
She'll let you take it. Yep.
Since I am 99 now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lift it up like this towards my mouth. I'm going to say, may I?
She doesn't say anything, but she waits. She doesn't take her hand away.
I think I'm going to do the same thing and use my nail.
Okay. And do you do the same thing that she just did?
I
which
just
is you use the nail and then you lick it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then they drag it across the palm
Yep.
and then
Okay. And you're using your index finger instead of the thumb. I just need to know if you're repeating.
I'm going to do the same as I'm doing the same
right?
as her. Yeah.
Because then
yeah.
that makes it easier for you to cast the magic if you're repeating exactly
Yeah.
what she
No,
did.
I would. I'm
Okay, yeah.
I'm so trapped in this. I would do the same thing.
Okay.
If I wasn't, I'd be a lot more loose with it, I think.
What are you trying to do though? Are you trying to get a memory from her? What is
Yeah,
your
I think
intention?
one, I want to know I think even though I'm so just like enwrapped and locked into this, it still wouldn't stop me from wondering what the fuck she is.
Okay,
You
you're
know?
wondering what the fuck she
Like,
is.
like
Oh,
I don't
Jesus.
know
Okay.
because we walked in. You know, I'm trying to think about how aware I would be that something's happening to me, and she's the cause of it.
Yeah, probably not with a 99, I would say.
Okay.
But what would frighten you? Because you failed, so she's going to give you one she wants to give you. And I think
it's a tough question.
it is a tough question.
For something that would frighten me from someone else.
Yeah. Well, because you're gonna experience it and you're gonna mirror it the same way that she did for you. She's willingly let you. You know, she's like, yeah, for sure, you can succeed at this, and whatever you want to know, I'll give it to you. But I'm gonna
I would
fuck
say
with you while I do it. I can
Yeah.
think of
No,
something.
I would say go for it.
Hold on, I have to DM it to you to make sure
Okay.
that this is accurate. Like, that's the first thing that came to mind because it's relevant to you with the water, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Shit.
so yeah, I'm gonna be as delicate
I know,
as I
I
can
know.
with this.
But yeah.
Okay, so you are in a bathtub. You can feel it as you are banging up against it. You are struggling against something that is far, far stronger than you. You are drowning. You cannot breathe. And I think your head gets hit up against the bathtub. So you can hear the sound. You know that it's a bathtub. And it's that moment extended for 30 seconds as you're drowning.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. She's going to purposely
Am I
extend it out.
standing there for 30 seconds or it just feels like 30 seconds?
To you, it feels like 30
Okay.
seconds.
Yep.
You know, maybe even time slows a bit as you're thrashing around and fighting against this, but there does come a moment where you give up.
Okay, he would be then when it ended.
Yeah.
Even though I don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
And
I whip to look at him.
I'm not even looking at either of them, not even looking at her anymore. I'm just kind of like looking down, really just ashamed.
she is probably grinning by this, as fucked up as that is. I think this also would release you from that 99, actually. I can't imagine that you would stay enamored. You'll probably have to roll again in a couple minutes, but
For
right
the
now,
moment after
yeah,
that.
for the moment, yeah.
I think after I say I'm
yeah.
sorry and I'm
So
sitting
she
there
willingly
digesting,
gave
yeah.
you, yeah, she willingly let you do that, which would break you out of it anyway. So yeah, for sure. For that brief moment while you're kind of recovering. Her eyes will dart over back to Constantine for a minute to see how you're reacting to Esteban's reaction.
Yeah, I immediately look guarded. Like, I look probably how she would imagine I should look. Like, the whole time I've been behaving in a surprising way, I believe, to her.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think
For sure.
now it is congruous with how she should expect me.
Okay, like
But I'm
concern
looking
for
at him.
Yeah, concern
Yes,
for him.
I'm looking
yeah, for
at him.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have another question.
Yes,
I did just taste her blood.
you did.
And I am a Deathless, a vampire, a revenant. And now I realize this is a very overwhelming and a pretty powerful feeling for me.
You can
And it was
always
just-
try, so you can
And
ask.
it was just a little bit of blood.
Yep.
But do I get any? I mean, I mean, now that I'm out of it, I'm getting
Yeah.
the sense that she's fucking powerful.
Yeah.
But do I get any actual sense of how much power is in her blood?
Oh, okay. Roll for it.
Okay.
I think it's got to be under 20, considering that you.
I mean, it doesn't just hit me. I mean, that's part of what I guess what's hitting me is that my power anyway.
Yeah, I think because.
Or would that itself just tell me how fucking strong she is that she made me just gasp for air?
I want to give you a chance, but the only reason I did it that way is because you failed. So she's playing with you, right? So absolutely, that you could take that as like a powerful thing, but she still let you do it. So there should still be some risk to her because
what am
she
I
did
rolling?
let you. Roll whatever your which is mind, I think, for you.
Yep.
So roll
20?
your mind and anything under 20, and pray you get doubles because that would be fun.
59. Nope.
And no, yeah, I think.
Okay, I just
yep.
know she's strong
Yep.
and
Yep.
nothing else about it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you are watching. You are watching Esteban, and what are you thinking about right now? Just concern for him, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Concern for him. Yeah, concern for him, I think is, yeah.
Okay. Then
Not fear, just to clarify.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I don't think she expects that, to be honest. Okay, so it's at this moment that someone walks into the bar. But I need to know, I think Cora is the only one who saw the person in the alleyway, correct?
After the fight,
I don't know
right?
if Constantine did. I think we gave you the opportunity, but I think you were like, no.
I think it was just Cora. Cora was the
I think
only
it was
one.
just Cora as well. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see, as in the audience, we see that it's the same figure from the alleyway. Tall, lanky, hair tied back in like a loose ponytail. It manages to somehow always catch light, the ponytail. But his face is very gaunt and pale. And it's like he's always obscured partially in shadow as he walks around, like the shadows move to cover his face for him. And his gaze moves towards the two of you. And there is a black void in his left eye that as he looks over you, it's just for a moment, and then his eyes dart back to her. But when that happens, you catch that flare that animals have in the night when you can see their eye like that. It's just that one eye that does it. And then he looks back. Not for long, but, just enough to make the space between you feel much, much smaller. And then he says something to her, and I can't do his voice, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Trench mouth. No, it's not who you think it is. Can you read my
I'm
mind?
gonna try it.
Oh my God. Okay.
We need to fucking talk now.
Yep, that's it. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Wow, that's perfect. Okay. So then the two of them, she doesn't acknowledge you anymore. Her eyes are totally focused on him and only him as he walks into the room. You will notice that he is steady in this space. Anything that, oh, did you get a thumbs up? Yeah. He's steady in this space where you've kind of felt your power draining. If he feels that, he shows no sign of it. Yeah, it is. Yeah. He shows no sign of it. He is absolutely seems to be very comfortable in the space. And the closer you got to her, the more you felt your power draining. He clearly doesn't feel that way because he'll walk right up to her and they move to an aside. She just ignores you and goes to him, and they go stand over in the corner for a moment and have a conversation. What do you do?
Can we leave?
You can leave if you want. You absolutely can leave if you want.
I will get up and I will grab Esteban's wrist.
Yep.
And I will pull him to the exit, and we're leaving. Which I just want to clarify here, kills me personally as a human being.
I love this so much. It's what you would do,
It
right?
hurts me so violently. I want to stay, But I just, yeah, I think at this point I would be like no longer interested in this little fun game. First of all, she stopped paying attention to us.
Yep.
It's not fun. She stopped paying attention to us. I don't care about this guy who just walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay, whatever. And she made him feel weird. I'm not into that.
Did she make him? He asked for her hand and she just gave it to him. I don't think she intentionally
and then
did
he
anything
looked
to him.
all...
Yeah.
But then he looked all like weird and he was breathing hard and then he said, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Oh, God, you know what? Okay, give me a second.
Fair. Yeah, no. Well, take a moment. They're talking, so you can take a moment to discuss with each other.
I'll kind of like tug.
Go?
I'll tug at your wrist. Do you want to leave?
I straighten myself out. I feel like I'm recovering. I'm not locked down under her anymore. And I'm processing what has happened.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes. I like the sound of that.
What would make Esteban feel better?
That is such a good question. You
How
cannot
can
in this
I
space,
buff
though.
him?
You can't in this space.
Damn it.
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah,
can't.
that's right.
Already, I already feel better. Because I will say, do not worry. This was not my memory. This was not me. I would never do what she did.
What did she do?
She gave up. Or at least this is what she showed me.
I look at her while she speaks to this individual.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's such a good question. Go ahead and roll for me. You can look with just your eyeballs, or you can.
I'm looking just with my eyeballs.
Okay, I was going to say, you know, your magic is locked here, but you can try. You can always try. Okay, well, just your eyeballs. Mm-hmm.
I have a high social stat. So, yeah. I mean, that's the question, right?
That's what I mean. Do you want to just use your eyeballs, or do you want to try to read them?
I would use, I want to read the vibe.
Yep, so go for the social.
Difficulty?
30.
Okay.
I feel like I want to give 40 for you because I don't think they care. We'll do 40. I don't think they give a shit if you're looking.
One probably really doesn't. Doesn't matter what you told her.
God! Okay, so
this is the Riz Lord.
This is a Riz Lord. You rolled a 5, which is an otherworldly success, and that means I really want to give you something magical here. But it can't be from magic because you don't have magic here. But you rolled a 5, and I'm going to give this to you. So somehow, I don't know if it's body language or what, you're gonna get something from them.
Body language.
Now, my question is, I want you to very specifically ask me what you want to know in regards to the nature of their relationship, and I can answer that for you. Otherwise, I'll just pick something at random. But I feel like Constantine has a goal here.
I'm going to list off a couple of the questions and you can decide which ones you want to answer.
Yep.
Are they intimate? Clearly, do they have an intimate relationship?
Okay.
Which one speaks to having more power than the other?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's your third question? I'll answer all 3 with that 5. Rule of 3s.
How much do they care about what they're currently talking about?
Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, so I have a follow-up question for you, though. When you say intimate, because my answer to that is yes, but I don't know, are you asking specifically your version of intimacy? Because the
Constantine would be thinking, yes, I would be thinking about, yeah, I'm looking for vulnerability.
Ooh.
With each other.
Yes.
Like an authentic openness. maybe not. Okay. Authentic might be a strong word.
Yeah.
They're not guarded.
These two. Yeah, they're not guarded. No, there is an intimacy here.
There's an understanding between them.
There's an intimacy here. Yep. They are intimate in one way or the other.
Yeah. I don't really care in what way. Yeah.
Second question was, who's stronger of the two?
Which one of them seems like they have more power over the other?
That's such a good
I don't
question.
mean
I can't believe you asked that
mean
of
like
all the things. Yeah, no.
I don't mean magical power. I mean like who is.
It's about equal. It's about
equal.
Yeah, it looks like yes. I think if you were to try to gauge that, it might switch in the middle of a conversation, right? Do you know what I mean?
Back and
where
forth.
You're kind of where you're watching that, like it's like a game, maybe that they play with each other without realizing that they're doing it, because I don't think they're intentionally doing that. And I think you can. I think you can gauge that. And the third question was, how much do they care about what they're talking about?
Yes,
very little. They find it mildly intriguing.
That's so interesting to me.
But she can't take her eyes off of him. She doesn't acknowledge you at all.
That is so interesting to me.
I'm sorry, would you like to leave?
I'm having a hard time hearing you now. Now I'm just staring at them. Okay.
Well, I can stages as well.
The intensity with which she reacted to us. And then this person comes in, and she doesn't seem to care about what she's talking about with him. And he doesn't have power over her in any way. And she no longer cares about us being here. It's so interesting. Yes, let's go. But I want to remember this place.
Well, we cannot leave without saying goodbye, can we not? And I want to vampire speed run right next to the two of them while they're talking.
Whoa! Okay.
And immediately I'm going to start talking. Well, I'm sorry, my friend and I will go. I apologize for interrupting. I swear I did not hear anything. But perhaps next time we come back, we can have a drink. And then I vampire speed out unless she does something while I'm talking.
Here's the thing. And
I want her to.
I know you do. So here's the thing. Here's the decision that I have to make, and I'd like to make it collectively together. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Were they like off hidden somewhere, but they're out in the open? Okay, they're then I walk right over to them. I mean, I zip right over.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's the decision we need to make.
I'm too prideful to let that go without any type of
here's the decision we need to make, and I'd like us to make it together. Are your abilities, of your physical abilities as a Deathless, are they intrinsically tied in with your magic? Because I'm inclined to say this is one of the reasons why people are so afraid of you. Because your physical prowess is not affected by magic. So I'm willing to say you can absolutely do this, and it's weird, right? Because most people would never be able to do this, but you are a revenant. You are a Deathless. There are reasons people fear you. This can be one of them.
The reason I would say, well, because I want to think about it in terms of, like Stalker or Gunnar. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Fen anyway. It's a whole nother bag. But where they might have magic that makes them stronger and stuff too. So, but if there's like a baseline because you even said earlier, you're like, you guys are vampires, you're revenants, you can do a bunch of supernatural shit.
Yeah.
But then people like Gunnar, their magic is what makes them go higher up, right? And go beyond where he could tear our fucking limbs off, even though we're as strong as we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the difference between being a mage and being a natural born predator. It's like if our abilities only come from magic, then what is our difference from just a highly skilled mage? What makes us more terrifying than a wizard or anyone else who can do magic?
Exactly.
I think it's got to be like a biological. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think for sure that you have the ability to do this, because that's just startling by itself. Like,
And I think we would be able to feel that we could still do this stuff, especially now that I'm aware that I'm being smothered, like whatever magic stuff I have.
Yeah.
Well, because then just to go into it, I'm sitting there and she did this to me and then she just walked away like we're nothing.
Yeah.
When clearly we're something.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't have done that in the first place.
Yeah, for sure.
So now it's like, if you want to act like we're nothing, let me remind you that we're still very much something, even if you stamp out our magic. But as friendly as I can be. But it would be extremely startling, I can imagine.
So then I need you to roll, actually, mine.
Okay.
Difficulty 30.
This has not been great for me after the start.
Just don't roll a 99. You'll be fine.
God damn it. How about a 29? Which is just under otherworldly success.
This is what you've been waiting for, but it was with the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he looks over at you as you approach. They probably both do, actually.
Can they see me approach?
I mean, when you are there, suddenly you're there, yes, right? Yeah. So they're going to look over and, they look at you. She is, I think, a bit more startled than he is, actually. She's very clearly was not expecting you to be able to do this. But when you look at him, you feel what you felt at the coffin. So whatever that dark magic that terrifies you, you feel that here when he looks at you.
As I am saying, well, it was lovely to meet you, and I'm talking this and I'm feeling it, by the end I'm completely turned and looking at him instead of really my intention was her.
Yeah.
And I probably look for a second and I feel it, and then I try to turn my gaze back to her.
Yeah, you also rolled a 29, so...
Mm-hmm.
There's something strange here, and I don't think you understand why, but for some reason you think of Cora here as well. There's something off about both of them.
I'm going to look at this other if they don't fucking blast me or something.
I don't think they do, actually.
Okay.
They're not violent with you here. I think she's looking at you. She's going to speak, but I'd like to see what you do first. Yeah.
I was wondering what they call you. Should we return?
She is now gaze on you, but says, was it them?
I turned to him.
Yeah. And he says yes. And now both of you can roll. Whatever your mind is.
Oh boy.
Is it mine still for me?
Yep. Yes, because this is a thing she's doing to your brain.
30?
Yep, 30 again. I'm so sorry.
28. I'm getting lower.
Yes.
I'm having internet issues.
You're good.
27.
You're good. Nice. Holy
shit.
Perfect.
28,
oh my God. You're
29,
right.
28, 27.
29, 28, 27. That's so cool. Okay. So I think for you, this isn't something that she is doing purposefully to you. It is your distance from her. So I think if you remember when you first came in here, the closer you got to her, the more you felt your power being, kind of drained. So that is absolutely what happens here when you're very, very, very close to her. However, you also feel sort of amplified standing next to him. So I'm going to say that is why you've got this 29.
Okay.
Because I don't think you know enough yet to know how to fight something like her. But you are aware with this fucking otherworldly success, you're aware that she's negating or taking from you, and he is amplifying both her and you when they're standing next to each other. And it feels really good.
But she doesn't say anything.
She will, if you don't do anything after this
I
because
asked-
you
no.
rolled, so I'm going to let you. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna feel this. I mean, if I can keep my composure enough to be like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
think you
really,
can with that 28. You can keep your
I'm
composure.
really focused on,
Yeah.
I need to get something back because that was really brutal for him. Like, that was like,
Yes, yeah. It
hey,
was-
here's some trauma from that will
that is specifically
that will
tailored
smack
to you.
into you. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. You had a fight in the street?
Oh, we did.
She will gesture to the stools at the bar. I would like you to sit and tell me about it.
I would be happy to. But what do I call you?
Roll, please. Charisma or mind, whatever you would like. But I think it
Well,
should
you tell
be-
me which is more. If it's charisma,
I think
I'll do
charisma
charisma.
because you don't have your
Okay.
power here.
30?
I'm actually going to give you a 40 because you fucking walked over here with lightning speed.
24. So now
that
I can't
hasn't
miss.
Really been done before. Okay. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I mean, it's not going to last forever. I might as well gloat now. I'm not going to ask to do anything for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, that's it. Ophidia.
Ophidia.
Is she lying?
You can roll for it.
Yep.
I just choose to believe her.
Yep. You sit.
Especially after what everybody, when we were in the rabbit and they're talking about using other names and things like
Yeah.
that.
98.
Failure on if she lied.
Yeah, I think you're not sure. But what I will give you with a 98 is there is a slight enjoyment she gets using this one.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
What a
Say,
sick
well-
little puppy she is.
Mm-hmm.
Ophidia. I believe my friend and I will perhaps stay for a drink after all. I apologize again for interrupting.
Perfect.
I think I will look at the other guy very quickly and go, have we met before?
Okay. You
Because
can-
of the feeling.
Yeah.
Nothing that they
because
said.
of the feeling. Yeah. I just need you to roll one more time for me.
Okay. Oh, shit.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
What is this one? Soul again?
No, this is your mind, right? Because that's where your magic comes from.
30 or 40?
30.
78.
It is just as unsettling as that coffin when you look at him. So I don't know if you maintain eye contact or if you casually try to make it, you just.
I think
real brief
it's,
and then
I
look
still
away.
unsettled. That was more unsettling because I just woke up and I don't know what the fuck was happening. I mean, I
Yeah.
still don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
it really.
Yeah.
But it's familiar and it's powerful but yeah, so I'm not going to fuck with him. If he says nothing or just stares at me. I'm
I
gonna
think he smirks. He might
Fuck off.
actually say, he might actually say something. I feel like he would have a cheeky response of like he'd remember you if you were worth remembering or something like that.
okay.
So
that
something
sounds
along
fair.
those lines, yeah. And then,
But perhaps you have one of those faces.
wow, okay.
And then I was
Oh,
excuse
that was
me
so
then.
Good.
Yeah.
And then I will go have a seat over to give
Yeah.
them some space.
Okay.
It appears we are going to stay for a drink after all. Constantine.
Her
Allow
eyes
me
move
to buy
you.
it for you.
What do you do? Oh, okay.
What? What was that?
I said
Sorry.
I
Can you say that
have she has invited us to stay a bit longer. Allow me to buy you a drink. Of which I have no money to pay for.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's okay. She doesn't deal in coin anyway.
Yeah. This one is on me.
I think if she's watching me, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Her eyes have moved back to you now. Very curious.
I would take painstaking effort
Mm-hmm.
to, from the moment he says that, to smooth out my expression and my gestures and my physicality.
The game is back on, sort of.
Yes, but it would be over a period of time. Like at first I would kind of keep it, and then I'd be like, okay, twist my arm, and then I would kind of like lean back into it slowly. It wouldn't be I'm keeping an eye on myself, know?
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm trying to build myself back up to the same thing. I want her to think that I'm frilly and superficial. So
okay. I don't know if that's possible now after you showed her what you showed her, but that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Okay. And that's where we're going to switch scenes. Back to Gunnar and Stalker.
Given what you have just said, I'd let go and rise, all the while looking at you. Haven't we met eyes during the last thing you said? And it is unfortunate to find yourself powerless. But I don't believe that is the case. There's a reason we're all here, put where we were. And it's why I'm here. For you. And you. To me. I think we have much more power than you realize.
I push myself up against the wall a bit and pull my knees up and rest my head back against the wall. I'm sitting a little more upright now, and I close my eyes and say, I didn't say we were powerless. I just said we are completely in their power. What just happened to me, and how we got here, I think is connected, and I believe we are dealing with someone or some people who have more power than we are used to.
With that, I'll break eye contact and sort of approach the exit of the kitchen and grow more relaxed. Lean up against a wall and Look back at him. You know, when you sleep, you are the most vulnerable. When you're injured, could be something's chance to strike. No, we're here for each other now. And I need your help. Something followed me here.
I stand up. Load
And
my
you're
crossbow.
going to help me find them.
Something followed you to the apartment, or...
Yes. But as I got near, it faded away. The feeling. They could, or whatever it is, know we are here. We must get ahead of it. Tell me. You feel up for a hunt, Stalker?
One moment. I have to check something.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm just reading the description for level 2 burn right now.
Oh. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm trying to think of how to say this without Gunnar, let's go ahead and have you roll real quick. Do your body roll. Difficulty is
Body
50-50. Yep.
Okay.
$82. Okay. That's okay. That's so weird, but I love it. So Gunnar has this ability to rally, and kind of like encourage you. So what's going to happen is you're going to feel like you don't have burn right now when he kind of gives you the speech up for hunt. Interpret that however you want, but he didn't actually remove it from you yet. One day he will know how to do this, but for now it just feels like you don't have the burn.
all of a sudden I feel like I don't have any burn.
Mm-hmm. I think of it like a motivational speech if you want. Like you can, it's not like your body, you can just be like, you know what, I can fucking do it, or whatever, however you want to interpret it.
Which direction did you come from?
How about I show you?
The reason I ask is we should exit via window the opposite direction and use the roofs to track our prey.
I want you to follow me. In the shadows.
Yeah.
Whatever it was might be looking for me again.
Very well. I will watch you.
You take him out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yep.
Go
So
ahead.
you take him out of the apartment. My question for you is, do you trace your steps backward? I know he's behind you watching from the shadows. But do you kind of like go back to where you lost that feeling? Or do you go back to the cafe?
I would, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would try to. My instinct would be to walk that same path where I how I got to the apartment. Just basically make that rough same pass. Just hoping that it would follow me again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me. We're gonna roll body because that's where your magic comes from. The difficulty is going to be 40 again. This is not for your success in retracing your steps. This is for something else entirely.
71.
Okay, now roll me a 1d4. Takes 40 minutes. Where are you in the 40 minutes? Have you gone all the way back kind of towards the cafe?
I think I've taken my time getting back roughly to the French Quarter cafe area.
Okay.
And purposefully taking my time, knowing that Stalker is looking over me and just looking for that feeling again.
That French Quarter Cafe is on the other side of Bourbon Street, if I'm not mistaken. Can someone confirm that for me real quick? As in you're on the other side of the Hex and Hound. Which is totally cool, but it means you guys are kind of like, we see them crossing paths to where Esteban and Constantine are at the moment. I think so. Yep. Okay. Fantastic. So it takes you 40. That makes sense then. Why it takes you 40 minutes to walk over there to this French Quarter.
It's
Stalker,
very close. It's very close to it.
They're very close. So Stalker, go ahead and roll for me your mind. Gunnar, you too. Difficulty's 30.
I would be on a different layer, like obfuscated.
Okay, so
watching him.
Yep. So what I'm going to ask that you do is when you're trying to obfuscate, you say obfuscate. unless you are purposely trying to do the peeling layer, just because one's going to be easier for you to do than the other at the moment.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'm trying to obfuscate.
Yep.
Like I did with the battle with the skeleton people.
It is on another layer, but for you and the way the mind works is for you, it's like second nature to obfuscate. So if you're thinking, I'm going to try to obfuscate, it's going to be much easier for you to do that than it is. It's the whole entanglement thing too. You've done this 100 times before. Whereas if you're purposely trying to peel back a layer, it takes a little bit more finesse and expertise for you to do that, even though they're technically the same thing. It's how you're approaching the magic casting. Yep. Okay. So go for it.
So what, am I rolling to obfuscate then?
Yes. Your difficulty for that, we're just going to do 50-50 for that.
Okay.
But then I also need both of you to do a mind roll for me. Difficulty 30.
I am obfuscated. I got a 14.
Okay, perfect.
And
54
I would be
on my mind roll. Excuse me.
Yep. Nope, you're good.
I would be a little bit behind. I would still, because I know there are, it works differently here. So I know that obfuscation doesn't work on everyone. I would also be trying to, follow from a little bit of a distance and not being standing completely out in the open, things like that, that might help conceal me.
Okay.
Just so that we know that I'm not standing next to him.
Yeah, relying on obfuscate. Yep, got it.
Completely,
you're still doing the body work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so here is 78. I failed as well.
Okay. Then okay. You are probably about, I don't know how you did this, but to me it just makes sense that you did because you are deathless. You didn't feel it on the way there. You know, when you passed by the web, the way that Esteban did, you also failed. And I think you have to succeed to be able to feel this. But you get to the French Quarter, okay. But then you will feel a pull towards the Hex and Hound the way they did as well, because you've both failed. And it's not too far from this French Quarter where you were guiding him. So, Gunnar, when you feel this pull, I'm curious how you react to it. You don't know that you're being pulled somewhere, but you do feel a pull, if that makes sense. Like, you don't know that it's like I think it would probably present itself as like instinct, maybe. Like, oh, I should go over here. But I'm wondering how you interpret that. Like, what does that look like and seem like for Gunnar?
I say the whole time I've been walking, it's like I'm taking a walk through the woods by myself, even with the noise of the city. I feel like I heard a crack or something out in the woods, a noise, and instinctually want to follow that direction. I think that's what it would be.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. Stalker, you are successfully obfuscated, which to us is that he is on a different layer at the moment. So we do see that kind of like Constantine-esque, even though it's not infernal. I think we said you said purple, right, Stalker?
Yeah, it's like a purple with a black smoke, I think is what I said.
Okay. Yeah, so we kind of see that, like, you know, this version of the street that where you have this like purple wind and strange, like inky texture that is lifting off of things as you move and you navigate around. You can still see where the cars are and where the roofs are, but you are just on a different layer of this instance of what you're seeing. And as you are getting pulled closer to the Hex and Hound, I'll have you roll one more time. Mind difficulty is still 30. Because as you're getting closer, you can feel your power weakening a little bit. And so I'd like to give you another chance to not walk in here. Yo, unreal. Oh my God. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay.
Ooh.
So Stalker rolls a 74, but Gunnar rolls a 7 otherworldly success. So it is the same thing that happens to Esteban. Okay, you suddenly are acutely aware of two things are going to happen here. You're acutely aware of the spider's web that is around this area of the city. And it starts with a feeling of rocking. I don't know if you would, oh yes, your history, like you're on open water. But then after a moment, you realize it's not an open ocean that you feel like you are on. You are in a web that is blowing in the wind. And then suddenly in that instance, you can see the thread of this white, translucent, but you can catch it in the light of the street lamps and the neon signs that you are seeing this web that you are on and Stalker presumably is on. I think as you look around, you can probably, where Stalker is, even though you can't see him, you feel where he is with this otherworldly success. And you may go into this bar, but it is absolutely, there is no mistaking that it is a spider's web that you would be willingly walking into should you choose to do so. But I also think you absolutely sense with a 7 that Esteban and Constantine are there. However they feel to you, that's what you feel. Constantine probably more so than Esteban.
Would I be able to resist this?
Absolutely. You rolled a 7. You can absolutely resist this pull. You can also, with your newfound skill of grounding your new friend here, ground him as well, should you choose to do so.
Where do I feel Stalker is in relation to me?
Oh, he's probably like up on a rooftop, kind of behind you a little bit, following behind you.
Can you hear me?
Can I?
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if that's how it works, but you guys are deathless and we're going to find out if that's how it works. So go ahead and roll. I think this is, so we have two choices. We're either going to rely on Gunnar's ability here, or we're going to rely on Stalker's magic. And it just will present itself in a different way, depending on who decides to roll. But you may make a choice who's going to roll for this.
I think it's up to you. You got the 7.
Yeah.
So if you think that me hearing you means that you've tapped into my magic, I'll roll. If you think it means that your ability is capable of this, then you roll.
Yeah, I'm asking you, so I think it would be like I'm waiting for an answer from you. So it's not like I'm projecting my voice to you, more like trying to get your attention.
Let's both roll then, just because I'm intrigued now by something. So you're both going to roll your, wherever your magic comes from. So Gunnar, that's body. And for you, that's mind, I believe, Stalker.
And what is the...
Yours is 30 and Gunnar's is 40 because he can see the web. He could potentially follow that line to where you are ensnared.
15.
Fantastic. Gunnar got a 76.
Got a 76 fail.
Okay, so I think neither of you know how this happened, but the voice will travel along where you are ensnared in this web, and you do hear him say, "Can you hear me?" Do you choose to respond?
Yes. How so this web, I failed twice. Once, I think, makes me drawn to the building. And the other one means I don't know that my magic is being dampened, I believe, right?
Yes, that's correct. And also the redraw. I was trying to see if you could resist the pull, but you cannot at the moment. I would
still respond, though.
Yeah. It's you just right now you feel like you want to go in there. Yes, please, Esteban and Constantine. Okay, Esteban and Constantine have rolled for me 41 and 65. I think you both hear like a, just like it's somebody speaking, but you can't make out what the words are. But Constantine, with that 41.
Yes.
You recognize the cadence. But I mean, it's just familiar to you, but that's it. And then it's gone. But you do hear it in this moment. Something along that web line. Okay, what do you see?
And I can't do magic?
No. You can try. I will always let you try, but you're going to have to roll doubles under a 20.
If we step outside, are we aware that it was when we walked in that it shut off?
I mean, it's the closer you get to her.
Okay.
I will give you that,
I will stand up from where I'm sitting, and I will kind of put my hands in my pockets casually and kind of start looking around the bar. Say like, oh, you have a really lovely bar. I used to have a bar. And then I'll just start kind of not fully yammering, but, I'll just be pointing out things and looking around and approaching further away from her. And then I would like to...
Okay. Do you go outside?
I would like to... No, I'm staying inside.
Yep. Okay.
So I know that that's going to make things difficult, but I'm trying not to tip her off.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
And I want to somehow project an energy magically out for me to tell them to not come in. Stay away.
Yeah. Okay. So, you got to roll doubles. Anything under, so doubles under 20. So that's what, 11 or 1. There's always a chance, but it's pretty low inside the bar.
Yeah, 94. So no.
Oh no, that's not true.
Yeah.
Is it? Because failure doesn't mean you don't do the thing.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, back to the two of you. You both failed, right? Stalker and Gunnar both failed their most recent rolls for the web, right? Correct? Except for you to respond back to him, correct?
No.
Zambi got a 7, yeah.
Got a 7.
Oh, you got a 7. Okay.
But what was the most recent failure for? I'm forgetting now.
It was to communicate.
It was to communicate. So you hear Constantine's voice say, "Come on in. We're over here."
But I wouldn't hear that.
Motherfucker.
You both failed. I'm so sorry. You do not hear that now.
I did. Yeah, because I succeeded on the communication and I hear.
Yeah, but you're responding back to him, correct?
Yeah, I haven't said anything.
Yep. Go ahead. You can respond to him, but no, you do not hear Constantine.
Think that would it be out of? I don't understand the magic, so I have to ask a clarifying question. Would it be out of the realm of reason for me to think instinctually that our quarry is in this bar?
Your quarry is not in this bar. So no, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think, because here's the thing, is that you didn't succeed to know that where you were being drawn to. So you just kind of know your instinct is this way. So maybe you think, maybe my quarry went this way. But you you failed on seeing the web. So I don't, and then the only thing you succeeded on was the weird, like him going, can you hear me? And so then you can respond back to him if you'd like. But if you want to say that your instinct to go in this direction makes you think your quarry's over here, sure, absolutely. I mean, maybe that's why you feel pulled that way. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. But that's up to you.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I would be preparing to possibly, I'm formulating strategy on how we're going to catch this creature in this building.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking he's communicating, saying like, okay, I'll go in the front and something like that. And so my response would be, yes, I can hear you.
You hear that unmuddled, Gunnar. That it is exactly as he says it is.
I took myself in to a corner, preferably a dark one, looking still out to the street. Don't move.
I crouch down on the balcony I'm on and wait. If I can, if I'm not pulled without.
Yep. He's going to ground you. Yep, he's going to ground you with that 7.
I think I would even aim my crossbow. I'm thinking maybe this thing is going to come out.
Mm-hmm. Do one more roll for me, Stalker.
Mind.
Yeah.
Or magic. Right?
Oh, that's both the same one for you.
Right. Yeah.
Difficulty is 30.
23.
Then it is going to... You hear a sickening wet sound first. And then it is a grotesque assembly of things that should have never been joined together. You have this small cat-like sized creature that is a patchwork of mismatched limbs stitched together with jagged, haphazard precision. This is someone's work of art, as ugly as it is. It has too many fingers. And it crawls up to you, and it has one huge eye, like maybe from a bird, probably an owl. And it looks at you. It's been placed into this weird, grotesque, homunculus-like creature. And the eye is darting around, looking you up and down, and it's like milky, unblinking. And somehow it's got muscle and teeth stitched onto it as well. And it will try to speak. It like opens its jaw, for lack of a better term, its manufactured jaw, and is trying to maybe speak to you for a second, but no sound comes out. It's just a gaping mess. And you can hear that like sickening sound as it's trying to move its speak to you. What do you do?
What would you say? My instinct tells me on threat or intention in this creature.
That is entirely up to you. I just described what you see.
It is small, though, yes?
Yes, like cat-like sized.
Right. So I don't...
You can roll me... Wait. I have to DM you something.
Yes.
Do not react.
I never do. The worst reactor.
I think at the end you were. Oh, what fun this is. I'll have you roll anyway. Roll mind.
What is the difficulty?
30. Is that the 23?
No, I'm trying to remember.
Okay. I know.
Okay.
But this is perfect because the fact that we can't remember is really good. Because
it's 43.
43. Okay. Oh, what fun this is. I'm pretty sure you were not here, but I feel like you were at the end. And I'm going to give you this memory, and I told you from the very beginning that things were going to get fucky and you should write things down. But whether you were there originally or not doesn't matter. You recognize these teeth. This is Kyle, the man at the store, or what's left of him.
I'm going to say that Kyle was spoken about in passing, and for some reason I can make the connection, if that's all right.
I think you remember being there at the store. This is a moment where now things are going to shift for you.
I see.
Yeah.
I think a full 15 seconds passes while I watch it, and
he wrote something on his hand. And you will see that on this little creature that's made. You're going to see a little bit of an ink stain of whatever was left behind that he wrote on his hand.
Wasn't that a fake phone number?
I think it was. But right now, and I know you don't know what's happening, but right now, it can be anything you want it to be. What was written on his hand?
I think it's a name.
What name is it?
I think it's a name that I want to know.
What name do you want to know? You can DM it to me if you want. Oh, that's a tough question. Roll me a 1d3. No. I gotta fucking show you this. You're never gonna believe me. You see the name Marion Hale written on this hand. And that is where we end the episode. Bro, literally, I'm going to take a screenshot, except I can't because it'll spoil things for you, of the order. And I just went, roll a 1d3. That was the third one on the list. Unfucking real. That's a reference to B Team, by the way. Greg's fucking screaming right now. He is screaming.
It's the one that
Greg has passed out in a ditch.
Deadeye. That's the Gangrel lady, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
woman
that we found in the room.
Who fed
Yeah.
on who fed on
That's
Deadeye.
what I was thinking too.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Right.
and some
didn't she
motherfucker
just,
in the chat
turn
was
into a
like,
bat and like
Yeah.
she turned into a bat and fucked off. But some motherfucker in the chat just now was like, then who wrote the post on the web forum?
He had a girlfriend.
He had a
So
girlfriend, guys.
good.
Fucking chills, man.
Yeah, that was
Chills.
so good, you guys.
That was
Wow.
Wow, that is
Wow.
so out of no. Like, whoa.
What a sick twist.
The thing is, I rolled for that too, to be like, okay, because anyway, I shouldn't say that. We'll save it for the green room. We love you very much. We're going to go record that green room now. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. And we will be back. Wait, is next week the week we're off?
No.
No. Okay. It's the week after that we're off. So we'll see you next week for more Deathless. Bye.
Goodbye. Tschüss.
and then
I'm glad somebody did it. I was like, okay.
Oh, I'm feeling low again. Ain't shit I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Oh, I'm feeling low again. Ain't shit I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat.
Kyle, is it? What an interesting name. I think I will remember you.
Back and forth and side to side, high and low, low and high. Trying to find something that makes me feel alive. Nothing new under the sun. Running to, running from. I just need some